Hello, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
What a lovely Sunday it is. And here we are. Toastmaster meeting number
885.
885.
Yeah.
Toastmaster meeting number 885. I see a lot of faces after a long time. We've been looking at the faces last year, and now I think this is the first time they're joining. So let's give it again a good round of applause. And as everybody has a mission or trying to figure out a mission in their lives, Toastmaster has already figured out. And guess what? It is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which all the members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And Toastmaster has 4 core values, and they are integrity, respect, service, and excellence. Before I start the meeting, I would like to mention 4 grand rules that Toastmaster has. Please turn off your mobile phones or put them in silent so that it does not disturb the ongoing meeting. And as Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, politics in a derogatory manner. So please abstain from talking about it in a derogatory manner. And please do not cross-talk or interrupt while the speaker is speaking, or unless they have asked you to do so. And the 4th one is, please take entry or exit during the applaud time so that it does not disturb the meeting. Thank you for coming, and wish you a great unlearning, learning, and relearning experience. Please have a good time here and make new friends. Over to you, presiding officer. Yeah.
Salvatore Garau. Remember that name. This is the name of an Italian artist. And not just any Italian artist. This is the name of an Italian artist who sold a piece of art for $18,000. And not just any piece of art. It was a piece of art measuring 5 by 5 feet. And it was the piece of art that cannot be seen with your eyes. Basically, he sold thin air for $18,000. Yes, it is true. And the buyer also received an authorized certificate of this purchase. To me, I don't think he sold just that 5 by 5 feet measuring piece of art. He sold his words, his story behind it, his imagination, the conviction, the belief that he had in that piece.
And a money laundering scam.
Call it whatever. But that level of conviction that he had, that persuasive influence that he transferred to the buyer, that is impressive. Impressive when you're getting that value for your imagination. He sold the concept of nothingness just by his words. And that is the magic of words, that is the magic of storytelling. And that is something we are all here for, to Toastmasters. For any Toastmasters meeting, we follow a structure. For this meeting too, we will follow that structure. We'll start with prepared speeches that will be given by the speakers, followed by table topic section, where even guests are encouraged to come upon the stage and utilize this space to improve their public speaking. And then the very important section, the evaluation section, where each and every speaker will be evaluated and each and every aspect of the meeting will be evaluated. Moving on, before we start the meeting, let's have some guest introductions. We'll start with you from the back.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namita. So I am Vipul Srivastava, and I'm from NAB Toastmasters Club. It's a corporate club, and it's been like this is the third season that we have entered. We have a lot of new people, so we are trying to maintain the same spirit of the club throughout. Probably I'm here to understand what better we could do. Because that's what I've heard from Prateek, that this is a very seasoned Toastmaster club. As I can see, the meeting number is 885, which I think is a huge number. So I'm pretty sure there's so much takeaways that I'll be getting. Thank you.
Welcome. Vipul.
Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, hi everyone. So this is Purajit Srivastava, only recently shifted to Gurgaon as well, and attending Toastmasters for the very first time. So excited and looking forward to the session as well. Hoping to take away a lot of learnings and probably a lot of networking and connection as well. Thank you.
Absolutely. Can we have your introduction, please?
Hello, good afternoon everyone. So my name is Kritika Alwani and I am working with National Australia Bank. I have joined Toastmaster Club over there itself and I'm very new to the Toastmaster Club. It's just I guess one season and I'm still looking forward to it. I'm very happy to meet you guys all. So let's learn together and grow together. Thank you so much.
So without any further ado, I think let's begin with the meeting. I hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shubji.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you. Okay. So, how many of you have noticed that we are very good at making plan for improvements, but very bad at applying them. We plan new habits, new improvements, like we plan new resolutions. Very excited on day 1 and then emotionally unavailable by day 7. Okay, I want you to quickly raise your hands. How many of you have started something with great enthusiasm and then quietly stopped it? Okay, good. Well, I'm clearly in the right room then. Most of us don't fail because we lack motivation. We fail because we want to do everything at once. And that's a problem. So today, instead of talking about big promises, let's talk about creating small habits that definitely don't scare us. So it's time to introduce our journal evaluator of the day, who will look after the complete meeting, from time management to energy, from roles to result. We are fortunate to have our presiding officer as our journal evaluator, who will ensure the meeting flows smoothly and professionally. Please welcome Toastmaster Namita as our journal evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubji. So wearing a double hat today. Now coming to the general evaluator role. The role of the general evaluator is to make sure that the entire meeting from start to end runs as per the quality standards of a standard Toastmasters meeting. And I am here to ensure that. And to support me in that role, we have certain role players as well. I will also be evaluating the evaluators, how they are evaluating the speakers. Now, let me introduce my team of the role players. So first we have grammarian Toastmaster R.K. Arora.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namita. So as a grammarian, I'll be taking care of your language part. So how well you have been using the language, tenses, right type of prepositions, or maybe the right kind of words which are very close to that topic which you are actually trying to say. So in that, my role is also to share with you the word of the day. So word of the day is pivotal, right? So meaning is that extremely important or influential in the development of something. It describes a moment, event or decision that is crucial and can change the course of the things. Like the speech of Toastmaster Kunal have played a pivotal role in my life by using that atomic habits kind of things. So I think today Toastmaster Suchi will also take this forward. And then the idiom of the day is set the record straight. Means to reveal the truth or to clarify. So I will be noting all those uses, how well you use, and then we'll be using that idiom of the day or word of the day. Just give them the thumbs up. And I will be sharing my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you. So I'm sharing on this WhatsApp also.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdul. Now let's call upon a very important role, that is the role of the timer. So Toastmaster Jyotish.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It's a very chilly weather, no? Last night we had a record of 4.2 degrees Celsius, which is the lowest minimum in this region. So basically, coming to the timer role, I will be your station master or a traffic light, you can imagine. In any communication, we are so fond of storytelling that we lost art where we are going, where we should stop, and we lost the count of time. Here I will guide you and I will force you in some time to stop your speech. Okay. So we have different roles. These are the speakers. We have evaluators. We will have table topic speakers also. Depending on their role, we will. The timing has been specified. For speakers, it's 5 to 7 minutes. For table topic speakers, it will be 1 to 2 minutes. For evaluator, it will be 2 to 3 minutes. Those who has having a first time speaking, so for them it will be 4 to 6 minutes. At initial 4 minutes, I'll raise this one. Sorry, no. My bad. I'll raise this one. That means you have ample amount of time to start concluding your speech. When I'll raise yellow card, that means you should start concluding your. You have very less amount of time, around 30 seconds to 1 minute of time, and this is a very hard stop. Although you will be given a 30 second of lever time, but you can utilize it in the end of that. So let's see how you can utilize your time. I'll back with your timing report at the end of the session. Thank you so much.
I really love the comparison with the traffic light, and if there was a fine that was implemented every time anyone exceeded the red card limit, I would have paid the maximum amount of fine by now for every time exceeding the red light, jumping the red light. But let's be conscious about the time as well, because it's very essential especially when you're preparing for the upcoming contest also. Alright, now moving on to the R counter, Toastmaster Tanika, who's our seasoned R counter.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tanika, and today I'm playing the role of the R counter. Basically, what is R counter? As R counter, my role is to listen carefully everyone's speeches and note down the filler words like so, and all the repeated words which are disturbing the flow of the speech.
The act of the role is essential because it helps speaker become more aware of their verbal habits, which in turn enhances the quality of the speech. According to the Toastmasters communication manual, reducing filler words improves fluency and clarity, making our speeches more engaging. I will share my observation at the end of the meeting so we can all learn and grow together. Thank you.
And now the very interesting role where we all get energized. That is the role of the active listener, played by Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namita. Hello everyone, good morning. Today I'll be taking over the role of active listener. And my role is to ensure that everyone listen carefully and thoughtfully. And to examine that, I'll be asking a few set of questions at the end of the session. So please listen carefully and give a best gift to our speakers of full attention. Thank you.
Thank you. And as we can see, the room is now getting built up and getting more energy and more vibe here. So let's start and handing it over back to the Toastmaster.
How many opportunities have we missed? Not because we couldn't do it, but because we were waiting to feel confident. Now think about your phone. How we use it every day. We don't master any app before using it. We explore, make mistakes, and slowly get better. But when it comes to ourselves, we suddenly want perfection, even before beginning it. Interestingly, we have more patience for our phones than for ourselves. Have you ever missed any opportunity where you were waiting to feel confident? Have you done this in your life? I'm sure some of us must have done it. Growth begins when we act as a listener or as a beginner, not when we wait to feel confident. So, what can be the improvement in this? Start before you feel ready. Allow yourself to be a learner and take one small action today, because confidence does not appear first. It starts showing up when you start. With this, I would like to invite our first speaker of the day, who is going to deliver our ice-breaking speech. But before inviting the first speaker, I would like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Sakshi. Good morning, Toastmasters. Good morning, guests. Good morning.
Good morning.
Better. So I would be evaluating Toastmaster Sanya's speech. Her project is project 1. Level 1 pathway is presentation mastery. The purpose of her speech is to build presentation mastery, enhancing stage presence, and engaging audience while introducing who she is. Since this is her icebreaker speech, I would request you all to give a standing ovation at the end of her speech. Timer already knows that the time for her speech is 4 to 6 minutes. Over to you, team all. Thank you.
So our first speaker, Sanya, she is going to deliver her ice-breaking speech. She believes sometimes most powerful changes begin not by running faster, but by knowing when to stop. She is someone who loves traveling, working out, and learning new skills. And there is one thing that fuels her is tea. She is a tea enthusiasm. Professionally, she brings leadership and precision to her role as Senior Manager in Supply Chain at Yum brand. Today, as she takes Toastmaster stage for ice-breaking speech, she will share a personal moment that changed her direction. Toastmaster Sanya, welcome. The title of her speech is The Day I Stopped Chasing. The day I stopped chasing.
You know what they say? Life happens when you're busy making the most perfect plans and the most perfect PPTs. And trust me, I've done a lot of both. So good morning everyone, I'm Sanya Taktani, as you know me. I currently hail from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh, but I have lived in 6 cities till now, and this probably explains why I pack and unpack very quickly and always on the run. Professionally, I am into operations and supply chain at Yum Brands, and I'm one of the reason you receive the right things at the right place at the right time for KFC, Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. Talking about myself, I am a very big tea addict, as you already mentioned, and probably my blood group is T positive. Talking about what I like doing, I love traveling and I love working out. I have been to nearly 15 countries by now. Talking about who I am really, so I'm an ambivert by nature. I love being surrounded by people, but I also know when to protect my don't talk to me today phase. Okay, so I also like learning new things, and my current obsession has been learning French so that I can pronounce croissant very, very confidently. Big dreams, who doesn't have, right? And so do I. I want to be a CXO someday and have my very own chai brand. Talking about this was my professional journey. So talking about my personal journey, I come from a family where I was pampered and loved a lot. And being the eldest one, I was pampered so much so that I grew pleasantly chubby from all the chocolates and ice creams that I have received from my grandparents. And oh, did I miss that? I loved studying. So this made me very, very unpopular within my cousins. My cousins and friends hated me, my relatives loved me, my teachers loved me, and my poor brother bore the burden of comparison throughout his life. So talking about my career journey, or rather my professional journey, I was the front bencher, I was the topper, my career couldn't have been better. Good at maths and science, so what was the next logical step? An engineer, right? Now, I was the one amongst the 2 girls in a batch of 100, so probably you've guessed it right, I was the mechanical engineer. So working 2 years as a mechanical engineer made me not so satisfied. So I decided to do what every engineer does, an MBA. I worked really hard for CAT, secured a whopping 98 percentile, and landed admission in one of the great institutes, IIT Bombay. And that's where my career kicked off. Now came the placements. Again, the first front bencher, topper in academics, bagged the highest placement, the best placement, the highest package, and you know, my life was picture perfect. Nothing could have been better. But you know what? Just when you feel that you have everything figured out, life just upgrades its difficulty level. Sooner or later, some professional and personal decisions in my life went horribly wrong. And I literally hit the rock bottom. So much so that whenever I felt I had hit the rock bottom, there was a new basement to it. And what happened and how it happened is for some speech later on. But what you need to know right now is that I was in a situation where my finances were shaky, my health deteriorated, relationship status broken up, and my mental health from anxiety to depression to not being able to function at all. So I left my job. The job that I was talking so proudly about. I just left that. And being jobless for a year or so messes with your identity like never before. And that exactly happened to me. So my health was haywire, but I was very desperate to get back to my career. So I got back to the job opportunity with a big demotion that came my way. But I wasn't satisfied. Then I had a very good consulting offer at hand, which was very lucrative in terms of money and career opportunity, but totally misaligned with my career prospects. But me being desperate, I took that offer. So basically, I was unhappy. I was making presentations in Excels all night, which I never even got a chance to present to the people I never even met. To make situation worse, the particular industry that I was into hit a big roadblock. The promotions were stalled, the increments were frozen, and people were being laid off. So what happened next? My anxiety just came rushing back. So basically the rock bottom, right? I struggled with this thing and was stuck in a loop for almost 3 to 4 years. But one fine day, something came my way that actually changed my life. And that was the day I realized that I will stop chasing the butterflies and I will build a beautiful garden within me so that all the butterflies will keep coming back to me. And this particular German saying changed my life forever. I started controlling things where I really had the actual control. In terms of career, I was in the place where I was not happy, but I started building my expertise. A good job offer came my way, but this time I knew my non-negotiables and I passed. Finally, after 3 years in consulting, I landed at Yum Brands as a senior manager and in the work that I actually loved doing. My health, I started working on it. The girl who once hated gym found an unusual peace and calm at gym. Someone who thrived on late night binging and eating pizzas and burgers was now only thriving for clean homemade food. Relationships, stopped chasing. And on my way, stumbled across an amazing man who is now my husband. So on spiritual front, my thought processes also aligned. I actually stopped wasting my energy on people that didn't deserve it. So this people pleaser now knew where to spend her energy and stopped seeking validations. So what changed was that I stopped chasing and I started choosing. And that was my life. So I just want to say one thing, that whenever in life you feel that your life is slow or messy or maybe biased, just remember, you're not late. You're not broken. You're just building a beautiful garden and someday those butterflies will come back to you. Thank you.
The captivating speech she has given, how she overcome all the difficulties in her life to achieve the job, the dream she wants to get. Thank you, Sanya, for it. How many of you have ever quit something because you felt the progress is too slow? Many people join gym in January, expect six-pack abs in February, and then quit in March. The issue is not efforts, the issue is expectation. We have too high expectations. Using your thumb, give me a thumbs up if you enjoy starting a new thing. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs up. If you struggle with consistency, if you start strong and then disappear. So focus on tiny improvements, not on big transformations. Improve one small thing, one small step at a time. Stop asking, is this a big change? And start asking, is it better than yesterday? Now it's time to invite our second speaker of the day, Navdeep. Before inviting him, I would like to invite his evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Ganesh.
My target speaker is Navdeep.
Target speaker.
Sorry?
Target speaker.
Did I say anything wrong?
Yeah.
Did I say anything
He's
wrong?
keeping this.
Pun.
Okay. So he's on the pathway of dynamic leadership, and his speech is parachuted champion. He requested me to evaluate on the speed of the speech, and other than that, I'll be evaluating his body language, usage of stage, and voice modulation as he is on the dynamic leadership pathway. And I'm wishing him all the best. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Navdeep. Who believes that life does not always give time to prepare? Sometimes it simply pushes us out of plane and expect us to fly. Originally, he is from Hisar, Haryana, currently working as a software development manager at Amazon. He understands both structure and uncertainty. He joined Toastmaster not just to sharpen his public speaking skill, but to challenge himself and connect with people beyond comfort zone. Today, he will take us on a journey where confidence is tested, fear is faced, and champions are not trained but parachuted. Welcome Toastmaster Navdeep with speech title Parachute Champion. Toastmaster Navdeep, Parachute Champion, Toastmaster Navdeep.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Hello, everyone. Hello. Have you ever been in a situation that you are trying very hard? You are pushing very hard, you are pushing your limits, but the world stops noticing you. You are being sidelined. And you are like, I am working hard. I have been there, I am pushing my limits, but people still are not noticing me. In my tech world, these are like software being deprecated. But in the sports world, which is very harsh, you are made a champion. So today, we are going to talk about a parachuted champion, where the word is called being dropped. In sports, you could be a child prodigy, you could be a great player, but life takes turn like curves. Today, the story is about a 21-year-old cricketer, Shefali Verma. Shefali, just like in last November 2025, was sitting in her home, eating the parathas in her hometown Rohtak, watching her team play the Women World Cup. She is an explosive batsman. She was a child prodigy, but she found her outside of the team. What she looked out was, she was in the team 18 months back, but alas, she was watching her team play the World Cup like all us. Then, what happened is, there came a call that changed her life and India's future. A star batsman, a star opener got injured, and she was called by the selectors directly into World Cup semi-final. Just imagine if we are in this situation in our home comfort zone and being called to perform for our country in a World Cup semi-final. She was literally parachuted into the team. For the people who do not follow cricket and do not follow especially the gentle women's cricket, so I'm telling you a background of Shefali Verma. So Shefali, when she was 9, she wanted to play cricket in Rohtak, but there was no no hometown academy that would admit her. So what she did she take a no for it? No. What she did was ask her father, why are you not letting me play? Her father took her to the barber shop and chopped her hair off and got her admitted into the academy as a boy. So the boys never knew that there was a girl playing among them. She hit sixes to the boys without face the bouncers, and nobody knew that she was a girl. At 9 years, just imagine, a 9-year-old kid knew how to fight among everyone and being disguised. She learned a major lesson at that day, that if the world doesn't give you a table to sit, bring your folding chair with it. One thing that changed her mind that day helped her in the semi-final. Just the media keep asking, you are just being parachuted, how will you perform? You are sitting at home, no practice. She said, I was training every day. I was training so hard that I was thinking that I was part of World Cup final next day. That started me actually. If I look at myself, reflecting on myself, if I am given a new task in a new situation, I first do not come with strength. I go with, okay, I need to know this thing, I need to plan. I know planning is good, but sometimes life wants to do a show, just perform, because you yourself do not realize how good you are. The way Shifali answered this question, still I was amazed. Fast forward to the World Cup final. Indian women's team has never won the World Cup. DY Patil Stadium, 45,000 people cheering, India, India, India. And she was the opener. She had to walk out first. Just imagine, a week before she was in couch eating parathas, and now in the World Cup final facing the first women World Cup final opportunity. She scored 87 runs that day and took 2 wickets, becoming player of the match. They say God makes destiny. She made her own destiny. When I saw her lifting the cup, I realized she is not a champion just because she won the World Cup. She was a champion a week back when she was there at her house, and she is a champion now. When I look at her, I see a sign of confidence. A 21-year-old girl, more confident, more battle-hardened than what we are. From her, what I really got is success is not a trophy that you are given. It is the state of readiness you maintain. If you are ready before the call that the selector made her, or the call that comes to you, when you are sidelined, you are feeling deprecated, are you working on yourself, or just into a cocoon or a shell that, okay, people are not noticing me? You have to be ready. This world is, of course, a battle. Nobody is going to come to pick you. You have to pick yourself. Be ready before the call so that you can be a parachuted champion once. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing her journey and giving us the message so clearly and confidently. Thank you for your speech. Okay. If motivation worked, do you think alarm clock will still exist? At night, we say, I will wake up early in the morning, and then in the morning, we negotiate like lawyers. Snooze just 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes for my mental health. What is usually more closer to you, your phone or your goals?
Goals in phones.
Those are in phones.
See, your phone is not your evil, but it's very persuasive. Design your environment to support your habits. Keep your phone, put your phone away from you when you sleep. If you have to walk to get it, then half of the time you will say, रहने दो. And congratulations, that's discipline. Now it's time to invite our third speaker of the day. Before inviting the speaker, I would like to invite his evaluator, Pushpendra.
Good morning, everyone. The room full of people. Try to wake up on Sunday morning, chilly morning. I don't know how you get up. I was today like, should I go today? Too cold. But then today was a sunny day, so I thought let's get some sun. It was like the Delhi smog and the weather. Today I have a chance to evaluate a dear friend Siddharth for dynamic leadership level for project 2. Today he is going to deliver one of the elective speech of that pod, and I want you all to clearly look into this speech because mostly if you are a presentation mastery as a pathway we choose, right? Like in Navdeep also choose a dynamic leadership. This is one where he's on level 4. So he wanted to be judged on clarity, the delivery of voice, the content of it, and leadership. How his message showed leadership all about it. So back to keyboard and let's welcome Siddharth.
Our next speaker invite us to think beyond what we binge watch, but focus on what we become. His topic sounds familiar, but listen very carefully. It's next flicks, not Netflix. Because this is not about watching next episodes, but about choosing the next version of ourselves. Toastmasters, get ready for a fresh perspective as I welcome Siddhant for his speech titled Next Flicks. Toastmaster Siddhant's Next Flicks.
My phone is a prop, just like it's not like I'm looking at the speech. But anyway, so I'll start. So I have a quick question for all of you. You know, as I'm scrolling my Netflix application, how many of you have recently opened Netflix? Okay, that's majority of you. How many of you have actually watched something? Maybe 40-50% of you. This is exactly the problem that I want to address today. We all open Netflix. I am also guilty of it, or any OTT for that matter. We scroll, but we end up not watching. Hardly look at the trailer at times, which I do. So at least I get some sense of what is going on. And then we move on with life. It's not an app anymore. It's a test of how good our decision-making skills are. Either good or bad. And you know what? As I speak, I'm getting distracted because the app is open. That is what is Netflix all about, or OTT all about. And then, you know, after 5 minutes, Netflix sends you a notification. And you take a pause and you think, and Netflix asks, Siddhant, are you still watching? And then you think about your life decisions, but then you move on to the next. Welcome to my speech, which is Netflix. You know, we have things like top 10 today, top 20 tomorrow, critically acclaimed, you know, award winning, all of it. You click, you click, you click, you click. But what next? Then you hear your friends saying, have you not watched Money Heist? Oh, you're still not on season 2? What are you doing with your life? What are you up to? What about Breaking Bad? No, 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 and no, because I have a life. But then, this is the pressure that society puts you in. Because you want to move on to the next. The irony is, earlier we had 3 channels. Like, not in my generation, my father's generation, but whatever. We had 3 channels and everyone used to watch that. But now we have 300 channels and we don't know what to watch. And then, you know, my favorite button as I, you know, scroll the app is skip intro. because I'm not interested. I want to live my life without any context. So that's why when Shuchi asked me that the intro that Shuchi made was made up, she asked me send me something. I'll skip the intro. But yeah. So all this setting, I want to take you all back to a Saturday evening, right? When you're watching Netflix, you can't find anything, and you move on. What do you do next? You move on to other OTTs. You can't find anything. What do you do next? You move on to ordering some food, which is nothing but Netflix with calories. What do you do? So you want to make your Saturday evening better, right? So you open Zomato. You see everything is 4.3 plus. Such great food all around. But then there's this very distinct restaurant that just clicks. Veerji Malai Chaat. 4.7 plus rating, 10K ratings. And you're like, there's something. But then you wonder why. What is so special about Veerji? You open the menu and you see things like Mia Khalifa Chaat, Sunny Leone Chaat. You see all these marketing gimmicks. And you're like, fine, on a Saturday evening, I'll order a Sunny Leone Chaat. And then while the delivery comes in, you wonder, yaar, I can't do this alone on a Saturday evening. So what do? We open Bumble. Now, I want to take a step back and talk about this. In India especially, you're thirsty, right? But think about dating. For a guy, it's like a desert, and for a girl, it's like a sea. All of you are thirsty, but the problem is you don't have potable water in either. That's the thing about dating. So then you open, you swipe, but you know what? You actually don't have a lot of matches. Let me break it to you, 0 to be precise. So what do? You hope your Saturday is about to get better, you order Sunny Leone Chaat, and then you get 2 notifications. You got 2 matches, and you're like, now we are talking. But then, after speaking for 10 minutes, they ghost you. Why? Netflix. They move on to the next. It's their time. So then you start thinking about all your life choices. You think about your job, your career, your manager. You're like, what am I doing in the city? I can't watch anything on an OTT. Nobody is interested in talking to me. And then the food delivery, okay, at least you have something to look forward to, which is Veerji Malai Chaat on a Saturday evening. But then, your manager calls and you're like, he asks, what are you up to? You can't tell any of it. You tell them, you're researching on AI. So he's like, that's really good. Why don't you research on the current OTT trends? And you're back in the same loop. You open Netflix. So there goes 3 hours of your Saturday evening thinking about everything, moving from one thing to the other. It's a pattern that all of us are guilty of. Right from the app, right from OTT to dating to anything, to in fact friends for an example. You move on to the next hobby, you don't do anything, and this is a repeated pattern. What do? You move on to the next. But then in the middle of all of it, you think, okay, I missed out on one aspect. Can anyone guess? Social media. You open Instagram. 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2-second videos are trying to grab your attention. These are not attention spans, these are attention hiccups. And then you open Instagram, as soon as you open, you see 20 people are getting married. 10 are going through a breakup, and you are getting wedding recommendations. And then you pause, because you have time. Yeah, the white decor definitely looks better. But then that you open Instagram depressed, and you close Instagram even more depressed. And now you go back to researching on AI. And what do? You end up asking your manager by mistake for a next job instead of a friend. That's what is happening, this circle. And then you again scroll, and there goes 4 hours of your Saturday evening. With not Netflix, but Netflix, and there is no chill. But then suddenly, you get a notification, a match. Aishwarya is there. She wants to talk to you. So you open Netflix again. You play Munna by MBBS, and you play that song. Agle mohalle hamare paas. Aishwarya.
for not starting new things, new habits, but scrolling our phone. Now tell me, what ruins the progress more? A failure or giving up after failure? We miss one workout and say, I have ruined everything. And then we eat a piece of cake to emotionally recover from the missing workout. Now I want you all to think of any one habit that you have missed. Just one. Think it in your mind. Now I want you to think of any one way to recover, to restart from it. That's it. We don't need to guilt about it. We can restart the habit we missed. Never miss twice. Miss once, forgive, and start. Don't wait for Monday or next month. Success belongs to those who restart faster. Now it's time to introduce our fourth speaker of the day. Before introducing the fourth speaker, I would like to invite his evaluator of the day, Abhijit, Toastmaster Abhijit.
Hello everyone, I'm Vijit and I will be evaluating Sachin on his learning pathway, persuasive learning journey. He is completing his level 1 and project 4, that is evaluation based on the feedback. He wants me to especially focus on whether he has used pauses correctly and the hand gestures and the movements and overall speech clarity. With that, I'll open the forum to Sachin, and the title of the speech is Pitching My Product NRL.
Our next speaker combined technology with storytelling, writing, code by profession, and words by passion. Originally, he is from Gaya, Bihar. He works as a software engineer and technical writer in security firm. Outside his work, he enjoys food, experimenting in kitchen, traveling, finding joy in simple moments of life. Today, he steps into a different role, that is of a product pitcher, to introduce us an idea he believes in. Please welcome Toastmaster Sachin with his speech title, Pitching My Product NRL. Toastmaster Sachin, Pitching My Product NRL.
I'm not sure why he's not working. Who's working on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Sachin, pitching your product NRL, pitching your project NRL, Toastmaster Sachin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suchi. Most people sell you what you should do. We do something quieter. Annual helps people understand what job they should do over a period of time and what they should not. Do you feel burnout? I don't want to do this, exhausting. Why am I not quitting over a period of time at your workplace? Anywhere, back home, day-to-day life, being in Gurgaon or anywhere. We all have been there. here is the truth. Some work exhausts you, even if you're good at it, and some work feel difficult, but we don't feel it. We actually keep going. But the problem is, we are not able to differentiate it until it's very late. We start to feel burnout. We start to feel like, I don't want to do this, why am I doing this? There should have been something better for me. We are not naturally a detector of a long-term drain. We can't. We can't detect the long-term drain. The feelings that we have, they are very noisy. And the motivation, they totally lies. And the short-term excitement, they don't know about the long-term drain. And according to Gallup's happiness report, 66% of people at our workplaces are not happy with their work. And by the time that burnout appears, it's already been months and months. Our body like reacts way before than your mind does. It's visible. Your recovery from anxiety that slows. Your sleep, they're not very good. And the stress that it lingers over and over. And these signals repeat quite longer before you quit your job. There should have been someone telling me, hey, you need to quit the job. There should have been someone telling all of us that, hey, just quit the job, go in the mountains, do something, whatever you like. That's where Enroll comes into the picture, guys. Enroll comes and it observes you for 90 to 120 days, and it observes like how your body, not mind, nobody can read the mind, nobody can read the mind. We read how fast your body recovers after different activities and which activities cost you more energy to sustain and which drain you faster. We help you to let you know very scientifically that, okay, keep doing this thing and you will getting drained. You will keep losing your sleep. You would be saying that, hey, there are a lot of things in the market. You got an Apple Watch, you got this thing, that thing, which measures your heart rate, your BP. How is it different from yours? Here's the guys, those things, those Apple products or wearables, they show you data. Hey, your heartbeat is at this. You have walked 10,000 steps today, but we show the pattern. The personality test that you go 16 personality test on website, they ask for your opinion. We measure recovery, how your body is adapting to it. And they show you the dashboard for today, what you did today, how many steps have you walked today. We reveal the trends that your body is going through. What you get at the end, not today. You wouldn't get that, hey, you have walked 10,000 steps today. We, Enroll, gives you a human report which tells you what consistently has been draining you over a period of time, how your body has been reacting, what stabilizes your energy, you feel good doing what activity makes you feel good. And we also tell you where the effort feels sustainable. Do you like painting? Do you like going on a run? How your body reacts to it, how your system actually performs. A clear human report based on a couple of months, which tells you you definitely should go out of this room full of corporate guys. You definitely should step into a different job that stabilizes your system, not lose your sleep. No. And really does not provide false advice. No, we are not those babas who provide predictions. No, we can't. No. Pure clarity, everything, 90 to 120 days inside on your phone, right there, which tells you if you keep doing this thing, you'll never get better. You need to change things for the things to be changed. There was a quote I go by, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And of course, who is this for? If your energy feels important, if you feel that you should take care of energy, this is for you. Professionals near burnout, the leaders who work under pressure every day, and who want to take better decisions. If this applies to you, you are a perfect candidate for this. Not asking money, not charging you lakhs or 1,000 to change your job. Try for 90 days and let the data speak. Don't have to do anything, nothing manual, nothing very fatiguing thing. You spend your day as you do, and if you feel the change in your thought process, looking at the report, we'll continue. And if not, we walk away honestly. Thanks, that's my pitch.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin, for introducing us with a great product which can be useful for all of us in future. So, real changes doesn't come from dramatic decisions. They come when you do small things, when you repeat small things, when no one is watching. So today, don't focus to be perfect. Focus on being little better than yesterday. Thank you. With that, I would like to invite our table topic master for today, Toastmaster Vishwajit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin. So what an amazing teamwork session we had today. It was very much in sync with the spirit of New Year, wherein we think about our lives, we introspect and think about becoming better at what we do. So how many of you remember the first interview that you gave? Okay, any unusual experiences anyone would want to share? Don't remember.
First, I got to know that you have to prepare for interview. I know everything about me, my project side. But when they want to go down there in the hole, interview keeps going in the what you do. I just did it.
Right.
Then next time I have to prepare now.
So the thing is that anything that we take up, it needs practice. Practice may or may not make us perfect, but it definitely makes us better. So my role today is that of Table Topics Master. For the benefit of guests, I would explain what Table Topics is. Table Topics is nothing but you might have heard something called extempore in your school lives. It's impromptu speaking on any topic which is shared at the moment. And the timing for the topic is 1 to 2 minutes. Minimum time is 1 minute, maximum time is 2 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds. The timer will show a green card at 1 minute, a yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and a red card at 2 minutes. After the red card is shown, you have 30 seconds to wrap up. I have 10 topics lined with me, which are in sync with the theme of with the theme introduced by the team mod. Guests as well as members can raise their hands. However, I may choose people who have also not raised their hands. So consider it as your first interview maybe. Right? Life throws things at you. You need to be prepared. So I have 20 topics. I would urge timer to stop me when the time is done. Otherwise, I'll be on a never-ending adventure. So friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I will. The structure is I will give a context, short context. Then I will call upon a member or a guest to come up on the stage, and then in follow-up to that context, I will ask a question. Using that question, the speaker can speak his mind. If the speaker is feeling little blank, they can say I am feeling blank, and they can think whatever, they can speak out whatever they want to say. It can be messy. It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, moving on. So I'll start off with the first one. The context is there is a book you want to read. It sits on your shelf, untouched, week after week. I'll first call upon a member. Let me call someone who.
Then we don't have to raise hand.
What?
Who he wants to take up?
Okay, Toastmaster Vijay. So your question is, what's one small step to restart a stalled goal?
What small steps to restart? In one of the Toastmasters meeting, we had a member. I kind of forgot his name, but he had a story. The story was he could not hit the gym. So what he did for 1 month was he walked up to the gym. He did not go there. He just walked up to the gym, and he went back. And the second time, for another 1 month, he walked up to the gym for 1 week and opened the door, meet the trainers. The trainers were confused about him. What the hell is this guy doing? But he did that. You realize his body got in sync at the perfect time. Every day he used to go to the gym and come back. It was his routine to at least go to the gym. And on the 3rd month, he started gymming. But he did not quit after 1 week or 2 weeks because the rhythm was already set. The timing was already perfect and the shelf was ready. And it's the same thing with books. You might find it very boring. I have a book, it's called 48 Laws of Power. I don't like the book. It's messy and it has a lot of advice, kind of good and kind of bad. We cannot judge these advices. But my friend recommended me and he keeps recommending me that book. So I read 1 page a day, then 2 pages a day, and somehow even in the busy days, I do read 1 page. And you will find in a lot of productivity apps and everything that do just a little bit every day. You might hit more if you are consistent with it. And that's my 2 goals. And
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay. So the next context is, so I will put it to a guest. The most foolish ones will definitely get a chance. You are in an office meeting. You have an idea. You hesitate, and the discussions move on. Yes, gentlemen, to the left. Your name, please?
Amit, sorry.
Amit. So Amit, your question is, how can small acts of courage lead to everyday improvement? Second topic, you can read also.
Okay. So sometimes we thought that there is in our mind and a thought when we are in a meeting. Actually, I'm blank at this point of time, but I'll tell something. So sometimes we think that that might be wrong if we say, and the other people will judge us. But I would definitely say if we take a courage to say something in a meeting, it might be very useful for that meeting. And don't underestimate yourself, because sometimes you give a great idea for improvement and for other things.
Yes, Tamar. So the next context is, you want to improve a skill. You plan to practice, but only when you have time. I will call upon one of the members. Gentleman in the back, I have forgotten your name, but you were really really outspoken in the party. So Toastmaster Yogesh, the topic is how do you make improvement fit into a busy day? Topic number 3.
So, how many of you know Kaizen? Good. That means they already know about it. But I still got to talk because I am here, so that's a job for me. Now, I will tell you one very important rule that if you remember that, your life is going to change. It's as simple as that. Your mind is a very powerful thing. And it can make you and break you in very powerful ways. So whenever you think to yourself, okay, I have a very busy day, when I look at my schedule, I do not have even time to breathe. But actually you do, because you're breathing. So that means if you can fit that, so you just have to think in terms of, okay, there is a goal where I want to reach. Now let's break it down. First of all, understand why that goal is important to me. Okay, let's say he was talking about 48 laws of power by Robert Greene. So if you understand all the 48 laws, that means you're going to use it in your life in a way that you'll be able to attain a little power, maybe power over people, maybe power over emotions, maybe power over yourself or power over your mind. So now that the goal has been set up, let's divide it. How important is that? And when do you have to achieve it? 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 10 years, 15 years, it can be anything because it is your goal. No one is deciding it for you. Then just look backwards. If I have to reach to a certain goal in that amount of time, I know to complete this, I can divide it in weeks, I can divide it in hours, or if you have less time, I can divide it in minutes. Then just dissect it in one step at a time. The moment you keep doing, and consistency pays off, one day you'll be sitting there and thinking like, oh, I'm not as bad as I thought I was. Maybe I am a better person, and you all are. Thank you.
Now I will have to call upon a guest. So the context for next topic is, you check off many small tasks in your to-dos, but the important ones remain undone. So yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You.
You can't say no. You can't say no to him.
So, guest Shreshree, the question you have is, how do you improve and how will you define productivity? Topic number 4.
Sorry, I'm not a very good speaker.
Give it a try. You have 1 minute. Give it a try.
You already give it a try, don't worry.
Think for 30 seconds and then go. So we will do it.
Okay, no worries.
Maybe that's why I joined this.
Okay, so I will next call upon a Toastmaster.
Can I take the topic?
You can come. Your name? Yes?
Pankaj.
Yes, Pankaj. Topic number 4 if you want to see. Same topic.
Hello everyone, I am Pankaj. I am a data scientist by profession, and one of my friend has told me about Toastmasters, so thank you so much for it. What the topic? It's improvement. So what I think that improvement, when we think in our mind about improvement, so it's look about a big change. Like when the person was talking about the example of going to gym, so on the very first day when we go to gym, let's say we want to lose our weight or you want to increase the weight. So we always think like on the very first time that I'll go to gym and the next day I'll see the result. So the problem is like we see improvement is a big change. We have to start very big. We have to like lift weight very heavily on the very first day, and on the second day I'll see the results. But that's not the process. I'll say it's a very small change. As the person, I forgot the name, he's a Toastmaster. So he told like a person has started his journey. So he went to gym every day, and he just came back. So that's like he has make a consistent habit, not a very big improvement or very big change, but he started with a very normal thing, and then he kept it going and going and going, and that's all. Like it's a thing like a small change in your everyday routine, everyday habit that matters a lot. So I think that's all. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll next call upon a Toastmaster. Okay, so the context statement for the next one is: you make a small mistake, your inner voice reacts quickly and harshly. I'll call upon Toastmaster Vipul from NAB.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vishwajit.
So
I'm sorry.
your question is, how do you improve without being critical? Topic number 5, if you want to see it.
Make a small
Voice reacts quickly and harshly. How do you improve without being critical? Your insult.
So I take 10 seconds to think. Alright, good morning everyone. Thank you for being here. I guess I took a lot of courage to be here, especially on Sunday, and I was a bit late as well. I'm glad that this session started a bit 5 minutes late. I will pick the context same about the gym that the last fellow Toastmaster spoke upon. So I love going to gym, but again I'm not able to continue beyond 2 months, and I think I'm able to, maybe because I'm able to achieve bit of result in 2 months, and I become very critical of myself because whenever after 2 months, as someone spoke, that it's you always find or you look forward to your next flicks. Your mind is always distracted and you move from one thing to another very quickly. So I tell myself not to be very critical of yourself, gather the courage, stop being lazy, pick up the gym bag, gather your stuff, and start going. Although initial 2-3 days are very painful, and I keep on telling myself it's your fault that you're doing this to yourself. But let's go beyond 5 days. After that, I think it becomes a bit easier, and especially when you start loving the process. I think that's what it's all about. Thank you.
Now I will share the last topic, and it will be put on to a guest. The context for the last topic is: you compare yourself to someone else, their progress feels faster than yours. Guest can raise hand. Your name, guest?
My name is Ronak.
Yes, Ronak. The question that you have is: how can you refocus on personal improvement instead of comparison? Topic number 6.
So hi everyone, my name is Ronak. The topic for today is
topic 6.
We compare ourselves to someone else, and then we think of improving on that particular comparison. So I will talk about a personal anecdote. This happened during COVID when we were at home. I was talking to my friends, and then on a WhatsApp chat in a group, we were discussing about personal finance. So I have done my MBA, but I was very averse of finance. I was not very well versed with financial topics. I always used to run away from it because my domain was mostly into sales and marketing, and my job was also into sales and marketing. So not very finance savvy. But then during COVID, a lot of folks motivated me. They shared their let's say the results that they have got by focusing on their personal finance thing, their wealth management stories, how much return they were making in stock markets or whatever they were doing, investing in journeys and all. So that kind of motivated me. First, I felt guilty that being a MBA graduate, why I'm not able to, let's say, get into finance. That should be my forte, but I have not been able to do this. When I saw the results that people were getting, I thought I can also do this. That's not something rocket science. I just need to put some effort into it, and then maybe let's say my journey will start. I slowly started watching videos, slowly start getting into reading stuff about personal finance. Someone was talking about the book reading journey. I started with a very small book called Psychology of Money. That kind of helped me, motivated me. And then when I started getting into, let's say, very small basics of stock market investing or let's say mutual funds, I also started getting results after a year and a half. So there, the journey started somewhere in 2021, but now sitting today in 2025, I am not someone who is an active investor, but still making decent returns out of my own and still learning. The journey is still on. So that has been the one thing where I've compared myself, felt guilty of seeing the results and not doing anything, but then I slowly moved on and started achieving results, which has kind of motivated me further to go ahead and learn more things about finance today. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Ronak. We are almost at the top of our time, and the timer has told me to stop, but I will take liberty to give one more topic. So everyone can raise a hand. Anyone who feels they want to participate.
Hitesh.
Okay. You have done something same way for years. It works, but it hasn't improved. When should comfort give way to improvement? Topic number 7, if you want to read it.
Got it. So team, I have been vouching for getting into real estate full time. That has been my, a key area where I wanted to go. And till so far, I have been doing part time. I have been reaching out to my contacts one-on-one. But now I am into full-time real estate as of now. This time, what I have done is I've changed my strategy. I'm working on lead gen. I'm working on new innovative ways to get more customers. Not just pushing what the project is all about. I'm working towards on the consulting side, what the project will benefit into, which all areas you need to focus on. So there is a complete shift and change in my approach, which I have been doing it from last 4-5 years, but now it's a complete different change with the evolution of technology. So I have been creating posters for like new property listings or something like that. But as of now, what I do is I use with the help of AI, I've created my agents, just I put in 2-3 commands over there. That AI agent, it generates all the information in the background and put up all the details. So I would say getting along with the technology in my daily approach. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hitesh. So we are at the end of the session. Really appreciate the courage, the initiative shown by all the 7-8 speakers. And we'll have a short break. We'll have a 5 minutes break, bio break plus a networking break. We'll be back with the evaluation section.
Bio break. पहली मनी से bio break
नहीं मैं तो नहीं हो गया मैं ना सब brutal होगा
As long as I am improving with target. Yeah. I like that.
Alright, we are past noon now. And now we are at the heart of the meeting. We are at the evaluation section. So let's start with it without any further waiting. I hope you had a good networking break, everyone. And we can use this during our evaluation also. So we'll start with the prepared speeches evaluators first. So I'll call upon our first evaluator, Toastmaster Sakshi, for evaluating her speaker.
What an amazing icebreaker speech, Toastmaster Sanya. First of all, a round of applause for her, please. Thank you. The day I stopped chasing. She used a very creative way to explain how her life blossomed over time. I just want to use a quote here. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step. And she did that today. I remember her struggling to get a slot since December. So congratulations first on that. November. So congratulations on that. I feel that.
Sorry, just wait a minute. She was missing for 1 month.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
All those 15 countries I covered one in this month.
Sorry.
Timer, please extend my 30 seconds.
Yes, I'm not going to.
I feel at the very first, when you're giving your first speech and using humor in your speech is a very big task. And she did that perfectly. Audience, there was a laugh from audience as well. So she was motivated by that. She used a line which was her blood group is T positive. This was very engaging. Secondly, I feel there were a lot of hand gestures in the start of the speech, which I think is good. And there was a sort of comfort with the audience. You had a eye contact with every section. It was center, it was left, it was right. And you had a continuous smile on your face, which is very good sign of a speaker. You had a well-prepared speech and it was well rehearsed as well. Talking about the other side of the coin, I would also like to give some improvements here. Firstly, I feel that there could be pauses when you are giving a speech. I feel that you were running through the script, especially at the end. I think when the timer showed you a yellow or red card, I think there was a rush. So as a solution to it, you can prepare the speech for 4 minutes when you are giving your icebreaker speech, and it eventually will exceed to 5 or 6 minutes. Secondly, I think there was a lot of walking on the stage that could have been controlled. You can this was something that I also experienced in my first speech, and my evaluator told me to stand still for your next speech. So I think I am trying to implement that. And thirdly, I feel you could use tones, variation in tones. Like when you're talking about demotion, then you should be sad. You can have those in your next speeches. You can try to incorporate those things. And to conclude it, I think consistency is the key. So just try to focus on one thing at a time, and you will definitely master the presentation skills. Keep on going. You are already on the right way, and looking forward to hear more speeches from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sakshi. That's how an evaluation is done. You covered everything, all tick marks on that. When you were first introducing your speaker, earlier when you were on the stage, you introduced the path level project and the standing ovation bit also, so wonderfully done. Evaluation parameters, I would say you could have been more specific around those if there are certain specific parameters that you would be focusing on, so you can take care of that. And right now you wonderfully rounded up the evaluation, giving the commentations and the recommendations as well. And a great revisit to the speech using the examples from the speech. Well done. For Toastmaster Sanya,
a wonderful icebreaker speech, I must say. It had everything. It had facts, humor, and it was completely engaging. My personal favorite quote was that there was a new basement below every rock bottom. That really stayed with me. Toastmaster Sakshi already mentioned that there was too much movement, so you can be still while you are giving, because that grounds you, that builds your calmness while you are delivering your speech. And if you want to utilize the stage, you can be strategic with your movement, weave it in your story. One more thing that I noticed, that you used talking about a lot, talking about this, talking about that, so be creative about that and avoid that repetition. So that was from me for the first speech. Now moving on to the second speech, I'll call on the second evaluator, Toastmaster Ganesh.
What a great speech Navdeep had, and I came up with this very informative information, I would say. So the best thing that he had was, he started with a relatable question, and he also introduced humor in your speech. Means, I think you mentioned mentioning about women's cricket, and at that point of time people laughed. So I think there you mentioned introduced the humor, and then in between you use some impactful lines also about success and around cricket or something. That was very impactful. And now I'll be being very specific. As I mentioned, I'll be evaluating on body language, usage of stage, and few other parameters. So firstly, for body language, the best thing was you introduced pauses in your speeches, and also you were giving time to process that to the people. And you also used hand gestures and hand postures also in an effective and confident way. But still there can be some improvements. The improvements could be, though you are using gestures, they become very repeated. You are using the repeated gestures, that can be avoided. And the hand gestures you were using, those were like body close, means very close to the body, so that can be opened. And most of the time you were standing on the stage on the one leg only, so that can be avoided. You can use your both legs standing still on the stage. And then about the usage of the stage, the best things were you were at the right, in the middle, and in the left also. So you used the stage very well. But at the beginning you were on the very right side, and you were looking at this side only. So that can be avoided. You can just look all around, just to engage and keep an eye contact. And then the voice modulation, I noticed that whenever you were speaking, when you started actually, at that point your energy was not that much high. Means you started with the question, but energy was low, and that's why I think you lost the attention at the very beginning. So that can be improved. Other than that, the voice is very clear. I was able to listen to the very end also, so that was a good thing. And then, so you mentioned me to evaluate on the speed of the speech. So I noticed that the speed was good, or moderate I would say, but I challenge you to introduce the 3 phases of the speed, like low, medium, high, and you can study on that, when I can be more on the low speed, medium speed, and high speed. So we discussed one of the times that you are here for some reason. So for that, I just want to give some challenges to you. The first challenge is, whenever you are carrying or speaking on the stage, speak with conviction. Means, like you are talking, you have the complete conviction in yourself. The first thing. Second thing, introduce voice modulation. Use low, medium, and high voice modulation. And third, as I mentioned, you can introduce speed modulation, low, medium, high. And fourth thing that I want to challenge you is make a habit of being a leader in every conversation that you are having. And fifth one is, as in one of the meeting, I think Saurabh mentioned that in Dhurandhar movie, how Akshay Khanna made his presence very impactful by carrying himself in a way that made his presence very impactful in a slow motion, in a different way. So you can try that because you are a leader in your company. So I think that will help you. And the sixth point is, I would request you to read one chapter, only one chapter of 48 Laws of Power, that is, act like a king to be treated like one. And the seventh one is, read Art of the Seduction. This is the book by Robert Greene. Though it is preferable for dating life, but you are married, but it is very helpful. But it is helpful to find out your characteristic, how is your character and how you can utilize that to communicate with the people. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Ganesh. Very good recommendations, I think, not just for your target speaker, I think for everyone else also. They noted down the recommendations. And you might have to explain it to your wife why you are reading The Art of Seduction. Alright, so coming to my evaluation. So Ganesh, you covered everything. You covered the content, structure, the commendations, recommendations, the focus points that he asked you, the speed of the speech, everything very well covered. Nothing more for me to add here. I would just have added that could have used more examples from his speech so that the audience is able to revisit the speech while you are evaluating. So more anecdotes from his speech. Also to mention that while you were introducing your speaker, you mentioned his pathway but not the project and the level that he is giving. So be mindful of keep mentioning that as well. Navdeep, you chose a topic which is a religion in India, which has a lot of emotions, the story that you chose. I really felt that you could have added more suspense to it. You could have started without revealing the name of the cricketer first, build upon that story with more pauses, more drama, and have caught the attention of the entire room, and then revealed the actual name of the speaker. So try to build upon that skill, that how you can build in that suspense, use more pauses, and then connect with that, because it is an emotion that you are explaining here, and everyone without a lot of effort can easily connect with that emotion, because it is cricket and we literally worship that here. So not a lot of effort that is required. And also work on the energy bit, because the topic that you chose requires that kind of energy, especially towards the end when you are saying India, India. Even the entire room can join in saying that India, India. So bring that energy out of you when you are in that phase of the speech. Those would be my recommendations on the storytelling. Now coming to the conclusion, your message was very strong. Be ready before the call, but the impact wasn't that strong. So for such a strong message, make it more impactful, again with that same energy level, that be ready before you get that call, so that everyone can really imagine being in that position and really visualize receiving that phone call. So something to work upon. But overall, a very good topic and a very good speech that you chose. Moving on to our third speech of the day, our third evaluator, Toastmaster Pushpendra.
Okay, so inviting me, G, your Toastmasters, guest, and a speaker. Before starting the evaluation, let me start with the question. Once I name the name of the app, you have to raise your hand, okay? And don't put your hand down until I say so. Raise your hand if you use this app in last 1 week. Netflix. Please don't put down your hand, okay? Next app is Tinder. No, you don't have to down your hand. Keep raising your hand only.
Tinder नहीं use किया
Still. Zomato, Swiggy. Instagram. So that's how pivotal choosing topic is. You can put it. Because that's how you hit a bullseye. Because then only you can affect by choosing topic each and everyone sitting here. Because everyone relates to this. How? The concept of Nextflix was very smart and relatable. Because using these everyday apps to represent the 7 deadly sins and how they affect our needs, right? Jealousy, lust, gluttony, and how they come in our life. So totally understandable and familiar to everyone. There's no explanation needed. The audience connected from the very first look. When you talk about like you keep scrolling and not able to find what to watch. You spoke with ease, your voice was steady, and the confidence helped the message land. The speech flowed smoothly from one app to another, which mirrored the very way we do when you scroll apps moving from Zomato to and then back to Netflix. Let me help you turn this good idea into a more memorable one. First, maybe you can create some sharper emotional contrast. Right now, every app was getting a similar energy. Each app should represent something much more, right? How you can explain lust through your voice. Maybe gluttony, right? I'm craving some food. Let me order something spicy, right? That should be able, you can control with a high to low voice modulation different changes, or maybe you can go slow. That could have made much more impact from the current one. Nextly, maybe after each segment, you could have it slow down so that you can let the people get the idea sink in. Because there were 4 to 5 apps, we were switching very fast. There was no time to stop and people pause, okay, I use this app, what it felt for me. Second, maybe sharpen the ending. Why I'm saying that because this is a very important message you want to try to impart, right? I know it's always good to end a message in a lighter note, maybe a joke in the end. But it depends on what type of topic you're choosing. A topic which helps the people reflect on their own life, on the app they use, a sharper or maybe pause to like would have a much more impact than a speech. Yes. Finally, let me end by saying this here. The speech held a mirror, the audience recognized themselves in it. Maybe with some deeper pauses, stronger highs and lows, and a calmer ending. This speech will not just entertain, it will have a lasting impact. So that next time we all open an app, open Zomato and don't order. Okay? You don't buy a Tinder subscription for getting more likes. We'll remember your speech. That's what speeches should do. Thank you. Back to
So engaging speech has an engaging evaluation too. He started with a question and he didn't let anyone put their hands down on the mention of Tinder. So very well done. I think you provided all the commendations and the recommendations too. You you went back to the speech and used the anecdotes very well. In the beginning, when you introduced the speaker, I would want more parameters to be little more detailed and clear, the parameters that you would be focusing on and the focus areas. So that is one thing that can be kept in mind for the speaker, Siddhant. Very engaging topic, Nextflix, very mindfully used name. And you did mention at the start that you're using your phone as a prop and you're not actually reading from it, but I felt that it was, during the speech, it was a little too much use of the phone as a prop. Even though you mentioned, but we felt that you are reading from it, so try to be a little more creative with the use of the phone as a prop, especially when you are mentioning it, because it's in people's mind and they are noticing you. So that is one thing to be taken care of. And I really loved the ending that you did. It was with a song line which people can linger on. So that I really liked. Now moving on to our last speech of the day, which and calling upon that evaluator, Toastmaster Abhijit.
Hello everyone. This is one of those rare occasions when someone actually tries to pitch their product here in the Toastmasters forum. And of course, when product comes, there are competitors, and I won't be going into that. Because we are a Toastmasters evaluator, I will evaluate on the speech and not on the different competitors out there. The first thing that he actually told me to evaluate him on the hand gestures, on how he communicated, but there's something I noticed. If you're using a PPT, you're diverting your attention of the audience to the PPT and less upon you. So although your hand gestures were very excellent, they did not really fit right to the scenario. Although I started with the cons, but I'll soon develop into the good parts of your speeches, that it was a very factual speech. Facts actually amplify the message and the tone that you are trying to set. And the second thing is you had a demonstration, a short demonstration, very beautifully and concisely given. But there are cons. Cons is it lacked a story. It lacked a personal story. So whenever you pitch something to anyone, it should have relatability. It lacked without the story. So say I want to pitch Toastmasters to somebody. So I'll go like this, with a story. Once upon a time, I had to give a presentation in a meeting, and my manager told me that it lacked. People came on the Zoom call and left. So I thought, what went bad? And he told me that your speech was bland. And I thought, how can I improve? And that's when I stepped upon Toastmasters and I started this journey of mine to improve my personal speeches. You see the difference? There is a story linked into it. Now the other person, instead of me giving facts that these many people join Toastmasters and these are the percentages that they have of success in more comfortability in public speaking. The difference appears because it has a personal anecdote, it has a relatability to it. And now if you complement it with facts, the impact is more greater. The other thing is there are certain things that I think you should consider when you are preparing PPT, because although I won't go into the product details, but there are certain things like the learning curve, the boredom and stress. Say I started running. I'm not taking the gym example because it's too common right now. So I started running. And the first day was not that good. The second day, I don't want to do it. The third day, I dragged myself. My energy is very low when doing it. It's a stressful task because I've just started it. It's a learning curve. Learning curve, boredom, stress are all factors that actually drain your energy. And while you are more rhythmic onto it, they actually start building up and becoming stress relievers. For some people, gym is a stress. For some people, gym is freedom. Similar with running. So whenever you pitch, I hope you have these aspects onto it. I have very less time. I have to end the thing. So at the last of the evaluation, I'd just say, you had the courage to come up here and pitch a product. You had the authority to showcase an entire demonstration. I want you to go forward and be better with this evaluator. That's what you were looking for, and that's what everybody is looking for here, to be better. Thank you.
So was that a speech or an evaluation? Difficult to answer. Wonderfully done, Abhijit. I think the core message is clear, and you did mention everything right from the start, the project path and level, and even the parameters. Try to be clear with the project and the objective and the purpose of the speech as well. So nothing further I would have to add on your evaluation, and that was the same thing that I had written out, that the facts were there, the story was missing. And when you're selling anything, remember the Italian artist, He sold the concept, the conviction behind it. Until and unless you are 100% convinced about it, the buyer couldn't be convinced. So try to play with the emotions, have a story, maybe take a fictional character, the story of Rahul, naam to suna hoga, and so that one fine day in the life of Rahul. Similar to what Abhijit was saying, but wonderful concept, and I really commend the effort that you had put in behind preparing the entire presentation. Wonderfully done. Now moving on to our specialist evaluators, let's call upon the grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Arjun.
Thank you. So let me set the record straight that idiom of the day was not used by anybody. Except me. Right?
Sir,
And
I think last time I came, it was written on the board, so everyone can
so
remember.
actually it was last minute, this role was given to me that I was not able to write because session already started, but I sent on the group.
We will
Only
implement.
right? We'll improve on that. But there were some learning, some maybe good phrases which I would like to share today. That Suchi has shared that success belongs to those who recover or restart faster. Or second was that dramatic results does not come through big decisions, it's come through tiny changes or improvements. Growth begins with you start being a learner, and confidence starts showing up when you start and keep consistency. There are many lines which I note down. My whole this book is filled, so I would like to share some more. That stop chasing butterflies. Stop chasing, start choosing. Some of the good lines which I have taken for my learnings and I'll be using somewhere. And God makes destiny. Shefali Verma made her own destiny. And be ready to receive be ready to receive the call or the change which you were looking for. So these are some of the good points which I have noted down, and I've noted down some of the mistakes. Maybe I have not heard properly. Somewhat sad that ensure that you listen. So this not ensure that maybe I am ensuring that you are listening. So somewhere I noticed that as I said, I noticed. There is a very small difference. I noticed and notice. So as I heard from someone that I noticed that your energy was low. So noticed, ED is missing somewhere. Maybe it is not coming. Maybe I'm not listening. That may be the reason. So we discussed. It should be like, but we said that we discussed that you are looking for some purpose. You are here for some purpose. So as I mentioned, so it should happen as you mentioned this kind of thing. So there are some small, maybe it's not coming up properly. So there were some points which I have noticed. But there were many good words also used, like pivotal was not used by many, only except Pushpender, nobody have used. There are multiple good words which I have noticed that is impressive. Captivative. Station master, traffic lights, right? Obsession, chappy, rock bottom, shaky, haywire. So I think I have noticed many of them, and I have already shared all those things. So let us keep on using these good words and the idiom of the day and practice that. It will improve our language. Thank you.
Thank you for your detailed report, sir. Now calling upon our counter for the day, Toastmaster Kanika.
I'm back with my report. So first and the foremost thing, first part of the speech was very easy job for me. I was flipping the past records. I was thinking, is it I'm not doing my proper job, or the speakers are very well prepared, they are not using the filler words at all. I think everyone has here, if you write more in your exams during the college, you will get more numbers. So maybe my whoever is going to check my report, they will give me 20 marks at max. But over to that, the first, before I will give you the exact report, the certain things which I have noted today is that whenever we want to fill the gap, okay, we are started using the certain words and increase the length. For example, and can be just and, but we start using and. It starts sounding like a melody. The melody can be pleasing to the ears or maybe not. There are certain more words like that. Okay, so to reduce this, I noticed certain techniques, although the list was very high, but I'll just give 2 or 3 techniques when we can use it. And before doing the technique also, I noted whenever we are forgetting the part of the sentence in a speech, we start repeating the same sentence so that we should recall what we are going to say again. Okay, so to reduce this thing, first thing is that you can use focus on the core. It's like if you miss a small part, let it go and focus on the rest to maintain overall efficiency. So it will not seem like a person has forgotten the speech and they want to learn it. So that is one thing. Second is that visualization. Create a mental image of the sentences or concept in your memory so that you can remember the part of your speech. Third, chunking. Chunking is like listen and repeat in meaningful phrases. For example, you speak 3 or 4 words in together rather than individual words. So that thing will help you to reduce the length of the words which we are using or the words which we are repeating. Okay, now coming back to my report, the first I would like to congratulate Speaker Navdeep, Speaker Sachin, and our TM of the day. They did not use any filler words in the whole meeting. Kudos to them. Okay, because they have prepared it, that's one thing. But even though when we are preparing, sometimes it automatically comes, we start using the filler words. Now coming to ones who had used it. Sanya, you have used multiple times so 3 times, and the so has become a repetitive. Even though like it was a part of the speech somewhere, but then it came as a repetitive. I was thinking in my back of the mind whether it is required here or no. Now coming to Siddhant, you know was becoming a very much repetitive apart from the word but. The second part of is the evaluation, when you have to be very prompt and you have to speak at the very moment. And this is a way stage or the timing when you have to not to use any filler words. This is a challenge. And I would like to congratulate Pushpender. He did not use a single filler word. And this is the progress we are making now. So in that, Sakshi, you have used multiple times are. Okay, I counted till 5. And so 1 time. Ganesh multiple times are. Abhijit 3 times are. Grammarian RK Roda 4 times are. Jyotish has used 4 times. And so is 1 time. G Namita multiple times are. And so is 1 time. From my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanika, for your report, and well done, the perfect articulators of the day. That's the purpose of Toastmasters being achieved. Now let's move on to our timers report, Toastmaster Jyotish.
Thank you so much. We started at 10:35 and we are supposed to close it 12:45. However, I think one session is still left. Yeah. So for the speakers, evaluators, and table topic speakers, most of them are on the time limit. Sanya, sorry. You already take you as it was your first speech. You are allowed to speak 4 to 6 minutes. However, you have taken 7 minutes 30 seconds. Ganesh, I was confused whether it's an evaluation or a speech. Sorry. However, you have taken 2 minutes 20 seconds more than your allotted time. Total 5 minutes 20 seconds. And PM Abhijit, 3 minutes 47 seconds. Rest are within the time limit, so I am not going by each member. Okay, thank you so much.
The crispest report of the day, timer report. Who has saved a lot of time? Thank you, Toastmaster Jyotish, and let's move on to the most interesting part of the evaluation section. It's the active listener, and let's see who has been listening actively. Toastmaster Hemant. Hope we have wonderful questions. Yeah.
Thank you, Namita. Hi everyone, good afternoon once again. Before I start, I would like to begin with a quote. Someone once said, people just listen to reply, not to understand. But today, we saw that people were listening. People were listening thoughtfully and carefully. So let's examine that understanding with some set of questions. Today, I have 8 questions, and I would like to divide this bunch of people into 2 groups. I'll call this group as right wing, this group as a left wing. Don't presume this as a BJP or Congress. This has nothing to do with political skills. You are just here for the listening skills.
Which is center line?
What is center line is Monica. Camera, you can say. Okay. So I would like to start with the right wing. Which Italian artist sold thin air for $18,000?
We know.
We know. Let's give them the chance.
Scamarani.
There's no person.
Pass on to this.
Yeah. Salvatore Garo.
Let it be. Let the
Left wing is only one to win. No need to score.
Next, so this team, left wing. What is the dream of TM Sanya?
Becoming a CXO.
Yeah. And another one. Two parts. Thank you. This wing, right wing. Where does TM Sanya find calm and peace? Gym.
Guys.
Yeah, to the left wing. How many wickets and runs were scored by Sefali Verma in the World Cup final?
87 and 2 wickets.
2 wickets.
Now come the hardest part. You have to fill in the blanks. Nobody is going to pick you. Then rest you have to fill. Nobody is going to pick you. Nobody is going to pick you. Then you have to
pick yourself. Pick yourself.
It was not hard.
I thought it would be hard. Then the left wing, short-term excitement is equal to
Khatam.
Long-term pain.
Long-term resentment.
You are not.
Pass it to us.
Short-term excitement is equal to
Part to us.
Okay.
Pass it to us.
Pass it to us.
Short-term excitement is equal to
इनको भी
Pass. Pass it again. Pass it again.
No, short-term excitement is equal to long-term drain.
Drain, not gain. Drain.
Yeah.
That's the fight. Next.
Next question is
we
from right wing. What is the TM Siddhant favorite button on Netflix?
Oh yes.
Skip intro.
Then the last question from left wing. God makes destiny. She made
her own
destiny. Thank you.
The president was your side.
We got a bonus point.
Gin ke liye.
Gin ke
liye. Yes, gin ke liye extra points.
Telepathy.
All right. So concluding the evaluation section here, I think one continuous improvement point for us has been the timing, and timing I believe is a collective effort rather than a single person effort. We need to be here on time to start on time. We have to be back from the break on time to start on time, and we have to be mindful about the speech lens and the evaluation lens that we are taking. So let's collectively be mindful about the time so that we are respecting each other's time and starting and ending on time. With that, I end the evaluation section here and I take on the hat of the presiding officer and continue with that. We have the voting forms rolled out.
No, I'm saying
So there would be voting forms rolled out. Please vote for your best speaker, best role player, best evaluator, and the best auxiliary role player. Got the links?
Yeah.
The network, I believe, in this room is a little tricky.
Can I have your?
Certain networks do not get, so
you cannot have
my phone is pretty bad at that. Airtel is not picking the network, so if you want to step out and get the links, you can do that to continue with the voting. Yes, you can step out, get the link, vote there, and just come back. To make it a very quick exercise. Those who are not getting the network. All right. And meanwhile, I'll take quick feedbacks from our guests. Yogesh, you are coming after a long time. Any feedback from your previous meeting?
No, everything was good. Just I was using the idioms. I was thinking I might use it, but it was not shared in the guest group, so I wasn't able to see it.
Guest group में हम strategically नहीं share करते.
तो board पे होता था whatever.
You're not a member yet?
I'll be joining today.
Okay.
But Vishwajit already called me Toastmaster today.
Meeting, you came to the party, yaar. I remember you from there.
Guest होके party में आ गए. All right. Great. Ma'am, any feedback from you? How did you like the session? And you can introduce yourself also, since we missed your introduction.
Myself, Anusha.
What brings you here?
It's the first time
मैं कर लूँ meeting. मुझे दिखा दो. हमारा कैमरा चढ़ा हुआ है.
How did you got to know about it, and what do you do? What brings you here?
So I'm an entrepreneur. I'm running an educational
मैं कर दिया
business.
खोल दिया.
And I come to know through the media.
Best speaker Siddhant.
Any feedback?
No, it's really good. So really good to see it has been analyzed in various parameters. So it's really good and keen to join.
Great. Anything?
See, it's a good platform to open up and improve your confidence. That's why I like to use it. I got to know from her only.
Great. Great to have you.
It was a great session. I am gonna go to my office and say a big thanks to my friends. Definitely, I'm looking forward.
How about you?
So it has been a great session. I've attended once previously as well, so just came back again just to see how it pans out for me. I'm looking
You
forward
missed
to.
the winter weekends, right?
Yeah, I was not in, so I was not able to come earlier, but I came back this week and so I thought coming again. Really like the idea of giving a speech and then getting evaluated, get to know your points and everything so that you can improve on your further speeches.
Great to have you. anything from you?
Yeah, so this was also my first Toastmasters session, and I liked how supportive people are and the overall structure of the session.
Yeah, just a quick one, and I think I thoroughly loved the entire session. And if I can actually give a very quick feedback,
Yes.
if that's okay. So I felt the transition from one speaker to the other one was rather too quick, 90% of the times. So I think if we were to create a pocket of around 5 to 10 seconds, that would just help deliver the message more strongly, more clearly that way. Because I believe through silence, I think the communication works fastest. So that's just a feedback. It's also very personal in nature. So apart from that, I think I thoroughly loved the entire session and looking forward to the next one. Thank you.
Alright, let's see how we are able to build in that when we are trying to keep the time also to work.
We normally give 1 minute to 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Let's try doing it 30 seconds because I think certain clubs keep 30 seconds so that everyone else can also jot down their personal feedback. We can give it a try. NAB team.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namrata. Indeed, I am thrilled to be here. Thank you for the opportunity, Toastmaster Namrata, Toastmaster Hitesh. Speaking very briefly on the feedback part, I'll speak on the same context what he said. So the transition, I am okay with a quick transition. I think that is something that we learn as the meeting progresses. New members become seasoned. But one thing that I felt is during the transition, because the other person is offering you a stage, a chance to speak, I think a bit of gratitude, adding a bit of gratitude, maybe like saying thank you, would be great. Apart from that, I think the reason that I wanted to be here was because I've recently become a new president of our club, and I wanted to thank you. I wanted to understand and touch upon the base, like whenever a new person or someone who is returning to our any session, the two questions that comes to mind of a person is why should I join this session again, and what is it in for me? So I want to make relevancy more, and there's so many ideas that I took from here, like all the role players added a bit of interesting line in the beginning. I mean, so like every role is important. Every role is giving you a chance to speak from a different perspective. Enjoy the process, see what you can do more, so that your journey becomes beautiful. I mean, that is one thing that I.
Thank you so much for those wonderful feedbacks, Toastmaster. Apologies, I won't be able to take more feedbacks, just trying to be mindful about the time. Do we have the survey results also now? Alright. Before I give out the certificates and before everyone vanishes, just for the few reminders and few important announcements. So there are, in the month of February, 2 weekends. One is going to be a table topics contest, and there would be an external judge coming in for that table topics contest, and then there would be an ISC contest, and this is club level, and again there would be an external judge coming for that event. So 15th Feb and 22nd Feb we are deciding to give the dates, as for 15th would be table topics contest and 22nd the international speech contest. Okay, so try to participate in that, and those meetings would be differently structured. Talking about next meeting is our installation ceremony, and for that we already have the MC and we have the fund committee, but there are other roles open. It would be a different meeting, so please, if you have any talent to showcase, please sign up for either a skit or a joke master, a fun, humorous, engaging session, or a music or dance, anything that you can do. Please connect either with me or the MCs. Anyone right now wants to sign up? Arki sir, Yogesh,
Sachin.
next Sunday.
Dubbing. Any singers over here?
RK sir, आप तो कर रहे हो ना? So RK sir is there for music. And take Yogesh's name also.
Navdeep also.
कुछ ना कुछ तो कर.
Navdeep.
My consent.
I cannot sing, but I can
We
play a
will
musical
take your
game.
consent.
But I agree.
We can have a musical game type of thing if you want. I can conduct a musical game.
So we have 1 week to. So we have
We can
1 week to
discuss
plan
it.
that, and please connect with the MCs for that.
Okay.
Please. Okay, it has to be a fun event, like our every meeting is.
Oh.
And then there would be a lunch also for the members, so please be there. Yes, that's
Oh my God.
Another important announcement, 17th. So 18th is the installation ceremony, but Saturday 17th is TLI, Toastmaster Leadership training. So, and it is at Fidelity. Hope or most of you have registered for it. If not, please register and attend that. It's a
Mandatory. It is mandatory.
it's mandatory for EC members, right?
Yes.
So EC members have all registered, that I know. But as a member also, please attend. It's quite, you would gain a lot of knowledge from that, and it's something that should not be missed. So please try to be there, and since both 17th and 18th falling on the same weekend, Saturday and Sunday, try to be there for both the events. Do not skip it and make other arrangements, please. All right, all announcement synced in. All right, I'll start with the certificates now. So best auxiliary role player is Toastmaster Tanika.
Jyotish is clicking. Jyotish is clicking. This is the first time we are giving certificates. Others used to take it
After
back.
2-3 meetings.
No. After 4 meetings.
Alright. Best role player? Our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shichi.
Cheating. Good chori. Right wing.
Best table topic speaker. So that's Toastmaster Abhijit.
भाई कोलकाता से हुए
इधर
ऐसी हालत थोड़ी ना होता है इग्लू बन के आएगा कहाँ जा रहा है रशिया में
रेफ्रिजरेटर में रहता है
He was prepared for everything, but
Best evaluator, Toastmaster Pushpin. Best speaker, any guesses, guys? I usually don't take guesses, it's quite, so let's skip that part. Best speaker, Toastmaster Siddharth.
yeah.
I think the Tinder and Bumble work more than anything else. है ना?
Zomato also. VG. Don't order, it's very spicy.
Mia Khalifa, by the way.
I tried Sunny Leone, it's very spicy.
People voted for
All right. Thank you, everyone. That concludes our meeting, and please be there for our next very important meeting, which is the installation ceremony also. And thank you for reminding us. It was the last time also.
Lunch and photo.
We have a self-sponsored lunch after this, so